Hello and welcome. You're watching My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. We have Kolkata who batted first after they were put into bat by KL Rahul. And KL Rahul right now will be a happy camper because his bowlers up to the task have managed to restrict KKR to 149. 149 in Sharjah is where Kolkata has landed up for the loss of 9 wickets. It was a bit of a march past towards the end. A march past in the beginning, a march past in the end. In the middle, it was Morgan and Shubman Gill who were holding fort and managed to take them to some respectability. Loki Ferguson too with a little cameo that they will appreciate. 24 not out of 13 balls. Have Joy Bhattacharjya here with me. We'll cut to a close-up. We will add some sad music, few tears in CGI that we will add in post-production. 149 for nine wickets. Were they all getting late for Pujo celebrations, Joy?
It's Vijay Dashami. Don't disturb us. I think we had important things to do. I don't know why they scheduled a match on this day. It's just the players were distracted. Of course, there aren't any Bengalis there, but it's from Kolkata.
I'll tell you, the one person who's laughing, and I can almost detect an evil laugh for the first time in my life because he predicted this. This was his guess. Mr. Harsha Bhogle is the winner of our My 11 Circle Badge of Honor. He's our expert of the day. You said,
yeah. Just superimposes there. There you go. There you go.
147, right? Was your guess 147?
148.
But it wasn't a guess. It wasn't a guess. It was a considered opinion, taking into mind the weather conditions at this time of the year in Sharjah, which way the tides come in, which way the wind flows, what the soil pattern is.
Yeah, it was a guess.
What the room service lunch was. What the room service lunch. I'm undeterred.
But Kolkata is going to be looking at this and going, we don't think we got enough. And Punjab is going to be looking at this, Harsha, and saying, well, we did well.
Very well. And it's now their stronger arm. They've got a very settled batting order. And now they can play at a certain pace too. I'll be surprised if they don't get these runs. But stranger things have happened. But I'll be surprised if they don't get these runs. But Kolkata played 3 matches in one.
Yeah.
They first lost wickets, and then they said, right, let's get our batting order sorted. So they had 70 in 6 overs.
So they were 10 for 3 at the end of 2, right?
2.
And then
70 for no loss in the next 6 overs.
Yeah.
And then the Shiva Bijoy sweets started being distributed.
Yeah. So it was in and out.
So everyone came back.
Pandal hopping, right? Everybody going in and
some
out.
Bizarre things. Yeah, a couple of things I didn't understand. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the number 4 position again because people will think that I only have one dimension to my life. But what about? I mean, Morgan has to bat at number 4.
I didn't finish the word. Yes, 4. Yeah. So yes, 4. Yeah. We keep talking. The thing is, if we made a montage of how many times we've spoken about the number 4 on Cricbuzz over the last 2 years, whether it's India, whether it's Kolkata, I think we'll have 2 hours of footage. It's just joy. Right?
What about number 7 though? What about number 7?
Yeah,
who is the most accomplished there? Pat Cummins. So I don't know if there's any matchup because I know that that Brendan McCullum is big on matchups. I don't know if there's a matchup about Cummins against leg spin, but irrespective of what the matchups are saying, the way I understand the game, and I mean, I've enormous respect for the way McCullum and Morgan understand the game. So it's just a little. So I'm just putting it there. When the going gets tough, the big guys walk out.
Yeah.
It's just a law of the land. It's just a law of the world. When the going gets tough, the senior player walks out and protects the junior players.
Yeah.
So maybe they thought that Cummins will be good at the end. So let's send Nagar Koti out. But poor kid, he could not pick a wrong run.
Yeah.
I mean, he just couldn't pick it. Joy can find a better pattern.
Yeah, I just want to say there's a couple of things there, right? I mean, Cummins and the thing is, we don't like. I'm not going after the umpires here, right? I mean, the fact is that there was the exact same call of the previous delivery, right? Bishnoi is really prolifically turning it. You're seeing it. It was missing leg by, I think, about a stump and a half. The next ball, exactly the same. So the first one gives not out. Second one, and it gets reviewed. The second one is exactly the same ball, and he gives it out. It's almost like he was kind of embarrassed. It's like, you come to my house, I don't really want you to come, so you knock once, I don't open the door. You knock a second time, and I might as well just open the door now, right?
Yeah.
Joy, I didn't get.
No, absolutely, and it reminded me of the great, 70s, 80s. There's some players like this, Javed Miandad, Sunil Gavaskar himself. they were excellent at putting that pressure on the umpire, making him feel that, almost morally bound. That's close enough, I'll give it to him. I'm not sure it's out, but, he's asked very nicely, and he's asking for the second time. Can I say no to him again?
That's impolite, right? What did you make of the DK dismissal, Joy? What was your...
No, there I thought, again, if his bat hit the pad at exactly the same time that the ball was crossing the bat, the odds are very high against that, because I seem to detect a sound also. There seemed to be a little bit of a sound. The other thing is DK looked around. He looked back. And normally when batsmen look back, that's a sign. Of course, after that, he seemed very confident that he was not out. So I'm just a bit on the fence on that one. But if it was a coincidence that I can't really blame an umpire. There was not enough there definitely to say that he was not out.
I just want to say one thing. I thought just a tiny sliver. I'm watching it on quite a big screen. I'm very close to it. So I kept zooming in. I genuinely thought that there was bat hitting pad at that exact point. We need hotspot for sure. I think there should be hotspot. Secondly, if it was the on-field decision was out, he doesn't have conclusive proof to overturn it. I don't know, maybe then Kolkata gets to retain that review, and that review gets used for Cummins. I don't know, it's just one of those cycle stand domino effects, right? Yeah. But it's just ifs and buts. We'll just have a look at the bowling attack. We don't have too much time to discuss that right now. So my problems, my grievances will be put aside. We'll have a look at the bowling and what they have done. And Joy, they really had a problem with leg spin today. Shami, of course, brilliant, picks up 3 wickets. That's just a sort of regular service from him. But Joy, they really had a problem against the leg spin today.
I just want to say, between overs 12 and 16, 13 runs, 2 wickets in 5 overs. That was the game. That was the turning point of the game. After that, Lockie Ferguson got runs. Gale started getting... And the interesting part of it is, in that period of that 30-odd balls, Gill faced only 7 to 8 balls.
Yes.
So one thing they did well, there's 2 things they did well. One is they tied the batsman down thanks to some inexplicable decisions by McCallum to send Nagarkoti out. Yeah. But the other was, they would always give the 1 ball to Shubman Gill. They'd give it to him, he'd get off strike, and the next 3 balls, these guys are searching for the ball. It happened to Nagarkoti, it happened to Cummins as well. And that's one thing I think the Punjab spinners did very well, offer the single to Shubman Gill. So in the 17th over, we realized, in the end, there's a single there. He says, I'm not falling for this one anymore. Correct. I'm going to stay in my crease.
Correct. He didn't. Should have, though. That point, probably should have, right? But Harsha, I just want to talk about the spirit that the Punjab squad just showed in the field today. They look visibly buoyed. Their energy is just through the roof.
I mean, suppose you are acting on stage, Gaurav, and you've had 4 fabulous live performances. Yeah. You get into the 5th thinking, I own this stage, right?
True.
It's been a bit like that for them. And look at the advantage of playing 6 bowlers. You can go with the tide. You are not determined by when to bowl which bowler. They got Maxwell as a power play bowler. He got the first wicket. Because he bowled those 2, they didn't even need to go to Arshdeep, who's been their best death bowler.
Yeah.
They used Chris Jordan instead, but the spinners bowled deep in, and those 2 spinners changed the game. So when you have that 6th bowler, it gives you so much flexibility. And I thought the new India vice captain handled the bowling really well.
Ah, there you go. Should we talk about that now? We'll just quickly wrap it up. Just show you Punjab batting. Punjab would probably want to do... I mean, there was a good template that they had. If Chris Gale gets some strike in the power play, can do what he probably did to Delhi, right? You bowled Tushar Deshpande, got 29 of that over, just change that 160 chase. Similarly here, if one of them, maybe Mandeep's opening, Rahul, Gale, if any one of these 3 in the power play, Joy can get one of those 20, 25 run overs in, that's the chase, right? There, you can just shut it down. You shut it down in the power play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only advantage KKR has is, I don't think Gale and Puran like this matchup of the fast bowlers, Varun Chakravarti, and maybe not the Narayan that he normally is, but still, these are not perfect bowlers. So they'll feast off somebody like a Nagarkoti, definitely. They'll go after him and Prasidh. They'll really hit those guys hard. But what they'll be doing is they'll either give spin to Gale, mystery spin to Gale, or they'll give really fast guys to Gale. So they're going to try and do exactly what you said, because you're right. Gale has a breakthrough over, the game's over. But what they're going to try and do is stop that breakthrough over, and if they can get Gale out, then the game again turns in his head. Because while they bat deep, they don't bat consistent. Maxwell's out of form. Who does not had too many games? So that's their big worry. That if we lose a couple of wickets, what happens? But the game is Gale up front.
Harsha, I want to make one crucial point about two crucial points.
Go on.
No, the two crucial points for this game, the winner, no? Those two crucial points. The winner gets
you want to make 1 point.
Two very crucial points. So my 1 point is that the 2 points are crucial. Sir, please understand.
थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल देते समझ आता मेरे को.
Sir, ये एक point, sir, very important point, sir, very important point, sir, 2 points, sir, very important points. The two,
Yes.
Which gets me to the question, which is that.
Sir, you are coming to me from so many different points.
Sir, I'm coming, sir.
You are coming to me from everywhere, sir.
Sir, this is like the Charminar circle, sir. It's many cars and everyone is going in every direction.
देखो हमारे गुलजार हाउस वो एरिया को कुछ मत बोलना. देखो वहाँ पे जो भी जिधर भी है full democracy है वहाँ पे, कोई भी किधर भी जाओ.
Exactly, sir. And today Punjab will not want to chase like Hyderabad chase, right? So they will want to chase a little better. But my point is that with those 2 points being so crucial, are we just like writing off Kolkata by saying, oh, it's just 150? No. It'll still take some doing.
No, we're not. Because I think KKR have a very good bowling lineup here. They've got two experienced international class fast bowlers in Pat Cummins, Lockie Ferguson. They've got two good spinners. And Prasidh Krishna and Kamlesh Nagarkoti, they can play around with them. Maybe just give them 2 overs each if it comes to that. Just play it by ear. I'd like to see in today's game, Lockie Ferguson bowling in the first 6. Because what is the key to this game? The key to this game is getting KL Rahul, Chris Gale early. If you get Rahul, Chris Gale early, there's pressure on Puran. Then you're struggling. As you said, Maxwell's been short of runs. Hooda hasn't had a big innings. And straight away you're to Chris Jordan. And you don't want to go below Chris Jordan at all. So I'd like to see those two come hard and say, right, what are we in this team for? We are the international fast bowlers in the team. Our job is to take out the key batsmen in the opposition. I'd like to see both of them go hard. To me, KL Rahul is the key to this chase.
Yes, but Joy, again, it's probably not going to bowl Loki in the power play. We keep saying it. We just get the wickets up front. It's only 149. You don't have too many play with. Don't wait to bring him in the 7th, 8th over when the game has been taken away by the hard hitters of Punjab in the power play. But is he still going to bowl in the 7th?
No, I think he's going to bowl earlier today. I think he's going to bowl earlier today. And I think if Gale comes in, they'll throw Narayan or Chakravarti at him. They will throw a spinner at him as well. The kind of spinner he doesn't like reading.
Chakravarti perhaps more, right?
Yeah. Just keep one thing in mind with Chakravarti though, is that when he got those 5 for 20, they were all hitting down an 80-meter boundary straight back. And they were getting caught. He was bowling with an 80-meter boundary for support.
Now here,
Gale and Pura, and he was getting that little bit of bounce on the Abu Dhabi pitch. So they were not timing the shot well. Over here, if Gale and Puran get stuck into him without the support of the field, then they might just keep giving those boys who already picked up 1 or 2 balls today.
Correct.
So those boys are out again. They're on the prowl.
They've set up a little tea stall over there and they're working. They're working it. But real quick before...
So all the more reason why Ferguson has to go up front. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unanimous, right? With 150 to defend, it's unanimous. Look, he's going to bowl up front, get a couple of wickets. But we want to show the India team. The India team's been announced for Australia. It's a big squad. It's a really, 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 really big squad. And some really important things. Here it is. Rohit Sharma has not been picked. So obviously, health, they're going to monitor that. Hardik's not in the test squad. KL Rahul is the white ball vice captain. Shami is in the T20 squad. Rishabh Pant is not picked for white ball. Varun Chakravarti has been picked for the T20 squad. Nagarkoti, Tyagi, Poral and Natarajan to travel. Good experience for them. And the BCCI medical team, of course, to monitor Rohit Sharma and Ishant. I think Ishant will make it. And Ishant's looking good in his training videos that we've seen. Sorry, Harsha.
Just keep that thing on for a while. Let's look at the implications for this game. First of all, I saw Varun Chakravarti the other day, wide-eyed, going after Ponting, asking for a photograph. Right? I think that's a very sweet story. But he's now an India player, and I don't know whether that will affect the way he bowls today. Just dreaming of one of the most incredible stories in Indian cricket. But the first one, Rohit Sharma not picked, it has to mean his IPL is over.
That's exactly what you're saying. Big one.
Has to mean his IPL is over. Number 2, now who is Rishabh Pant? Rishabh Pant was originally a white ball player, then he was a test match player, then he was not a white ball player, then he was sent number 4 in the World Cup semi-final, then Saha was dropped, he was made a test keeper. So I just think that kid is a little uncertain. He's not played well. There's no doubt at all in this tournament. But sometimes you need to put your arm around people.
Yeah. Have we broken Rishabh Pant?
I hope not. I hope not. I hope he's got some really solid people around him to tell him, this young man is who you are.
Yeah.
Right. Are you a number 6 test match batsman to allow us to play 5 bowlers? Are you a test match wicketkeeper standing back in Australia and contributing runs? But you started off being a white ball player. So I just think that little kid, and he's still a little kid. Let's be honest. He's a slightly bigger little kid than he was, but he's still a little kid.
Yeah.
But I think he's confused. The other big thing for me there is they've picked 3 openers in the test squad. They've picked KL Rahul, they've picked Mayank Agarwal, and they've picked Prithvi Shaw.
Yes.
And they've picked Shubman Gill. And to me, the statement going out straight away there is, and this is something we've been talking amongst ourselves here, do they see Shubman Gill as a test match middle order player? As a backup there for Hanuma Vihari and Ajinkya Rahane. And I won't be surprised if he's been picked to play in the middle order on those bouncy tracks there.
There's also all the Bangalore bowlers are there. All the Royal Challengers bowlers are there. They've got Umesh, they've got Navdeep, they've got Siraj. They're all going. It's good. It's good.
They've got Chahal.
The entire bowling attack is just so at least they can share a taxi to the airport with the captain.
The only one they haven't got is Chris Morris.
Yeah, might just draft him as well. You never know.
Yeah, they've got Washington Sundar also in some of those.
They've got Washington Sundar, correct?
Yeah, I think they might need to get a mini bus to the airport. I think they may need that. They'll figure it out. What we'll do is we, of course, will have more of a discussion on this because 3 squads have been picked and quarantine rules, etc. So really big squads, medical teams, there's a lot of stuff that's involved. So we will discuss that after the match is done. Right now, before we leave, just want to ask both Harsha and Joy, where do you see the needle going? Advantage little bit, perhaps? Any team?
I'd say at this point, Kings advantage, definitely 60-40 Kings.
60-40 Kings. Mr. Bhogle?
I'm a little worried about the tone of Joy's voice. I think it's Kings. I think it's Kings. Early wickets are key. If they get 2-3 wickets early, the match can shift. But I think at the moment it's Kings.
So if they get 3 wickets in the power play, then Kolkata can win. If they get 2, it's a maybe. If they get 1, they'll lose.
And we don't know about the due as well. So I think it's a good total to chase. Kings will be very happy.
Okay, we're done now. That's it. That's business. We're going to go get some dinner, all of us. Harsha's dinner's just arrived to his
Mine's
room.
arrived.
What do you have, sir? Please tell. What do you have?
I can show you, but your mouth will water, sir. But you are at home, you're getting good food. I am here, I have to eat pizza.
Okay. Look, I've never seen anybody so upset about eating pizza.
No, I'm happy.
He wants sympathy, but we're not giving it. He's like, yeah, maybe pizza, we like. Okay, so we're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. And then, of course, we will be back at the end of the game, not just to discuss this one, to discuss tomorrow's, the implication of this game, the points table, and, of course, the India selection for Australia. Lots of good fun to be had. Right now, it's time to say goodbye on My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.